Together with Livingstone Kawesi to bring to you this afternoon's news in brief, live here on Channel 44. Well, we'll start with what's happening here in Africa. Nigeria's police chief has ordered the suspension of an officer who allegedly shot dead a female lawyer in the main city of Lagos on Christmas Day. Drabi Vandi is reported to have hit Bolanle Rahim as she and her several family members were driving home from a church service. Many Nigerians are horrified over the killing of the lawyer who was also pregnant with twins. The Nigeria Bar Association and human rights groups have demanded justice. The association's Lagos branch said it would institute legal action against the police to demand 10 million shillings, $10 million in compensation from Miss Rahim's family. In Eritrea, a leading Catholic bishop in the Eritrean church has been freed from detention after being held without trial since October. Bishop Frekri Mariam Hagos was released along with the parish priest Abba Mihretab Stephanos. No reasons were given by the authorities for their detention. The Catholic Church has repeatedly called for an end to one-party rule in Eritrea and for democracy to be embraced. The Catholic Archbishop of Asmara and a small congregation gathered to welcome the clerics after their release. In the United States, the U.S. has become the latest country to impose COVID testing on visitors from China after Beijing announced it would reopen borders next week. Italy, Japan, Taiwan, and India also announced mandatory tests, but Australia and UK said there were no rules for travelers from China. After 3 years of being closed to the world, China will let people travel more freely from January the 8th. But the country's ongoing COVID surge has sparked wariness, and China is reporting about 5,000 cases a day, but analysts say such numbers are vastly undercounted, and the daily caseload may be closer to 1 million. Hospitals are overwhelmed, and residents are struggling to find basic medicines, according to reports. Still in the United States, a Republican congressman-elect is under investigation in New York after he admitted he lied about his education and work experience. The Republican district attorney for Nassau County said she will look into the numerous fabrications and inconsistencies on George Santos' CV. Allegations about discrepancies in his backstory were first made in a New York Times report last week. Mr. Santos is scheduled to be sworn in on the 3rd of January. The newspaper published an investigation this month alleging Mr. Santos, who was elected to Congress in the November midterm elections, had made several lies on his regime. In Israel, the most religious and hardline government in Israel's history has been sworn in. Benjamin Netanyahu returns as prime minister after his Likud party formed a coalition with ultra-nationalist and ultra-Orthodox Jewish allies. There's domestic and international concern. It will inflame the conflict with the Palestinians, damage the judiciary, and restrict minority rights. Mr. Netanyahu has promised to pursue peace and safeguard civil rights. Addressing a special session of the Knesset, which is the Israeli parliament in Jerusalem, he stated that his administration would restore governance, peace, and personal security to the citizens of Israel. Southwest Airlines vows to return to its normal schedule after mass cancellation of its flights created chaos for thousands of people. Operations with minimal disruptions would resume today, according to the company, adding that it was eager to get back to normalcy for the next holiday weekend. The carrier had cancelled more than 10,000 flights since a winter storm struck the United States last week. It twice apologized but faced deep criticism from stranded travelers. Yesterday, Southwest said it was encouraged by the progress they've made to realign crew, their schedules, and their fleet, but admitted that even their deepest apologies to their customers, to their employees, and to all affected through this disruption could only go so far and promise to improve. In Asia, a Myanmar military court has sentenced Aung San Suu Kyi to a further 7 years in prison, taking her overall jail term to 33 years. The country's former democratically elected leader has been under house arrest since a military ousted her government in a coup in February 2021. Since then, she's faced 18 months of trials and 19 charges, which rights groups say are a sham. The UN Security Council called for her release late last week. Today, she was sentenced on the final five charges she faced. A court found her guilty of corruption because she has not followed regulations in renting a helicopter for a government minister. And finally, Belarus has summoned the Ukrainian ambassador, saying it had shot down a Ukrainian air defense missile in Belarusian territory. It happened during one of Russia's heaviest aerial onslaughts against Ukraine so far. Footage from Belarusian state television appeared to show missile debris in a field. A Ukrainian military spokesperson said the incident was the result of air defense. Belarus, a key ally of Russia, demanded that Kyiv carry out a full investigation after the S-300 rocket came down near the border. Well, that brings us to the end of this afternoon's news update. Thank you for watching Channel 44. I remind you that tomorrow is the 31st of December 2022, and it's the last day of December 2022. There's going to be an overnight here at the Miracle Center Cathedral as we cross over into 2023, the year of Psalm 23. Come and join us. Come and enjoy great testimonies. Come and enjoy great praise and worship. And tomorrow there is going to be also baptism starting at 9 a.m. in the morning. Come and be baptized. If you've never been water baptized, you will enjoy your life in the Christian family. And also, Pastor Jessica is up next with the Marriage Now program with a message that you do not want to miss live here on Channel 44. God bless you and enjoy your afternoon.